So, what if I told you that you're already a time traveler? Seriously. You don't need some fancy machine. All you need is language. Today, we're going to dive into the complete toolkit that English gives us to visit tomorrow, next week, or even decades from now. Let's get this journey started. And let's start with a really big out there question. Will we actually build colonies on Mars one day? I mean, this is the kind of stuff that gets our imagination going, right? It's the perfect place for a little trip to begin. But, okay, let's bring it all back down to Earth, and more importantly, back to you. Because, as cool as Mars is, the future we really talk about the most is our own. Our plans, our hopes, our schedule, and that's where these language tools get really powerful. So just think about it for a second. What will you be doing 10 years from now? To answer a question like that, you need the right tools. So we're going to start with the essentials, the must-haves in our future tense toolkit. These are the ones you'll find yourself using every single day for simple plans, predictions, and promises. First up, we've got the classic, will. Think of it as the multi-tool of the future tense. You can use it for a spontaneous promise, like, don't worry, I'll help you, or an offer, I'll get the door. But most of the time, you'll see it used for making predictions based on what you believe is going to happen. It's just incredibly versatile. And this example, it just nails that predictive power. Did you catch the key phrase? Experts think. Using will often gives you a little clue that a prediction is based on someone's opinion or belief, not necessarily on hard physical evidence that you can see right now. Okay, now for its very close cousin, gonna. This one's different. You use gonna when a decision has already been made. This isn't a spur-of-the-moment thing. It's a pre-existing plan or an intention that you're telling someone about. This gets right to the heart of it. That first sentence, our product isn't selling well, that's the evidence, right? It's a fact in the present. The statement that follows, we are going to have to come up with a new strategy, is the plan that comes directly from that evidence. See how it connects what's happening now to a future intention? Let's add a more formal, and I'd say a more powerful tool to our kit, shall. Now, you're not going to hear this one in casual conversation very often, but when you really need to show you mean business and add some serious weight to a promise, it is perfect. You can just feel the difference, can't you? This is not a casual I'll get to it. This statement has this air of absolute certainty and formal commitment. I shall transfer the funds. It's basically a guarantee. Okay, this next one is really interesting because we actually borrow a present tense to talk about the future. The present continuous is your go-to for fixed arrangements. If it's on your calendar, if the plans are locked in, this is the tool you want to use. Here, the arrangement is totally fixed. The wedding is scheduled, the role of flute player is confirmed. Because it's such a solid plan already in the diary, saying I am playing feels completely natural, even though we're talking about next month. So, we've covered plans and predictions. That's a great start. But what about actions that will be in progress at a specific moment in the future? For this, we have to kind of zoom in on the timeline. And this is where the future continuous comes in. My favorite way to think about this tense is to imagine you're fast-forwarding to a future moment and you just press play. What's happening right then? This tense puts you right in the middle of that action. Here's a classic everyday example. The specific future moment is dinner time, and right at that moment, the yoga class will be happening. It will have already started, but it won't be finished yet. You're describing that ongoing action. It's what you will be doing. All right, you ready to get a little more complex? Prepare to bend your mind just a little, because we're about to jump into the future and then look back. This is how we talk about actions that will already be finished by a certain point down the road. Welcome to the Future Perfect. Now, the single most important idea to remember here is deadline. You mentally jump to a future deadline, let's say next Friday, and from that point of view, you talk about something that will already be finished. This timeline makes the whole concept crystal clear. Just follow along with me. Now you're learning. During the summer, that learning is in progress. The end of summer, when you fly home, that's our future deadline. From that point in time, we look back and see the completed result. By then, you will have learned so much. Let's try another one, just to lock it in. The deadline here is 9 p.m. The action is the kids going to bed. That action is going to be finished before 9 p.m. So when you call at, say, 9:01, you're talking about a future event that is, from that point, already in the past. Cool, right?
And here's a really crucial distinction. The future perfect over on the left, it's all about the result. The action is done. But the future perfect continuous on the right, that one focuses on the duration. It's really the difference between the what and the for how long.
Okay, you now have some seriously advanced tools in your kit. So before we wrap this all up, let's just take a quick peek at how you can combine them for even more precision.
This is where it gets really powerful. Notice how when he arrives, which uses the present simple for a future event, acts as the deadline. It's the anchor for the future perfect part of the sentence. This is how you can elegantly link two related future events together.
So there you have it, 4 distinct categories of tools to completely command the future.
Here's your path to mastering this. Start with the basics, your simple plans and predictions. Then move on to describing what will be happening at a future moment. And for the final step, practice jumping ahead and talking about what you will have already accomplished. So let's end right where we began, but this time you're armed with a brand new perspective. Using the most powerful tool we just learned, I'll ask you again. 10 years from now, what will you have done? What amazing things will you have accomplished? The future is yours to write. Thanks for joining me on this trip.